So we're hanging out here at the rabbit hole. What is this monstrosity that I see? I see a lot of wires. I see a meter. Big box here. What are you guys up to?
This is a Prusa Mendel. We're trying to get the power supply to work on this. So
what's a Prusa Mendel for those who don't know?
Alright, well, a Prusa Mendel is a 3D printer. It basically extrudes plastic through this hole down here, and it's controlled by these stepper motors, and these stepper motors are controlled by this circuit board. And basically what we were doing today was we were wiring up this power supply, which takes power from a wall socket and breaks it down. And
now that looks kind of familiar. Is that a PC power supply?
Yeah, this is a standard Rosewill 550 watt power supply for a computer.
550 watts of power.
Yeah.
So that's a switch mode power supply, and you're using it to run your controller board, and that's passing the current along to things like your steppers and your heating element, your heating bed and all that. Mm-hmm. All right. And why do we have like wires attached to it and meters?
Well, the meters are to read the voltage and the wattage coming through so that we know that something isn't going to melt or explode.
Always good when it doesn't blow
up. Someone who could explain it a lot better, though, would be our electronic guy.
So one of the main problems with the PC switch mode power supplies is certain ones will not work as just a 12 volt supply. They require some sort of load on the 3 volt and 5 volt rails. So since we didn't know if this was one of the special magical ones that can run just as a 12 volt supply, we just sort of plugged in a meter on the 12 volt, one of the 12 volt DASD connectors, and then did a little surgery to hot wire the on pin and flipped around and see if we got lucky. And the initial test was a success. We got a good 12 volts out of it with nothing at all hooked to it.
Easy peasy.
So then we took our also useful floppy drive connector and cut out the yellow 12 volt wire and the ground wire, hooked it in the controller, and got that? Yep. Try number 2. And we have 12 volts. Mm-hmm. So it's a success. He has a happy controller as far as we can tell. Now he just learned a valuable lesson that when you bring these sort of projects over, you make sure to install the software on your laptop.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I kind of feel sorry for you, bud. You got your power supply working, but now the real pain and suffering begins, because you get to dial this thing in so that it can print not crooked.
Calibration.
Yeah, calibration is a nightmare. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
I would say I'd be happy to help, but no. I think you're on your own. I think every man needs to go through this himself.